welcome to At Your Service. My name is David Hawksworth. I'm your host, and today we're talking with Jim Kowach, who's the city engineer. Jim, welcome to the program.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
We're here to talk about something that you've been working on for quite a while now, and that's the Comprehensive Safety Action Plan. But that's actually the result of a federal program called Safe Streets for All. So tell us a little bit about that program.
The Safe Streets for All is a federal initiative to improve the safety of the entire transportation network. As an initial stage of the funding that's available from the federal government, you have to have an action plan. And the city was awarded a grant that partially funds the creation of an action plan. We hired a consultant out of Kansas City that's done several of these, and we've been really pleased with their performance. But a key component of not only looking at our street network and sidewalk network, trail network, is getting feedback from the public. And here recently, we did a survey that announced the survey in our water customer accounts for our city water bills. Mm-hmm. And then before we closed that survey, we also did another press release and a Facebook boost to try to get more people to let us know where their concerns are on our network. So that's really timely. I appreciate you trying to help get the word out that we'd like to hear from people where they think we can make improvements as far as our most vulnerable road users, not only people in cars, but motorcycles, pedestrians, bicyclists, the people that are most at risk on our transportation network. So.
Right, yeah, we sure want all citizens to be safe and all visitors to be safe on our streets, whether you're in a car, on a bike, just on your own 2 feet. That safety is paramount. So you said there's still time to participate in the survey for the Comprehensive Safety Action Plan. How does someone do that?
There is a link on our website that they can access, and it is anonymous, or you can leave your name. And there's a place not only to answer questions but to leave comments, and those are quite honestly more helpful than not only a location but what the concern is at that location.
Okay. How long is that survey open till?
We're hoping to close it by the end of the month, by the end of January. So.
Okay. And if you go to, I believe it's salinacsap.com. I think that's the website address. So
yeah.
We'll put it down here at the bottom of the screen. So, and there's also a QR code that can be scanned as well to get to that site as well. So, so now once the Comprehensive Safety Action Plan is in place, what happens after that?
Well, once we have an action plan that has been reviewed and approved, that will make the city of Salina eligible for additional funding, and those are usually a cost share where we pay part of it and the grant pays part of it. But for improvements to our network, and those could be additional trails, sidewalks, additional pedestrian crossings. Here recently, at the City County building, we added a rapidly repeating flashing beacon on 9th Street, just to connect this building with the police department across the street.
Okay.
There's quite a bit of pedestrian traffic back and forth with business being done, and that was a most recent improvement. We've also changed, we've kind of upgraded and are repainting a lot of our crosswalks.
Okay.
That a lot of crosswalks are a bunch of either parallel markings that go clear across, or there's 2 single bands that go across. The most not attractive, but the most comprehensive incorporates both of those. Mm-hmm. It has not only the two bands, but also the intermediate markings. And when we're repainting our markings, we're doing additional marking. To just try to get people's attention. We're making sure that we have the advanced signs up for all of our pedestrian crossings. We're looking at, with the help of this study, looking at potentially maybe some areas where we need to add pedestrian crossing and signage. So.
Okay. I know there's some areas of town that have bike lanes. Would additional bike lanes fall under this as well?
Well, our bicycle lane network is part of our transportation system, and we are always looking at ways to make improvements. We try to do those markings or designations as part of another project, some kind of paving project, that where we're refreshing the markings. But yes, we'll be looking at our bike lanes, the places where we have a shared network with our sharrows. And then we're also have done a lot of work identifying all of the places in Salina that do not have sidewalks. We call it our sidewalk gaps. And we've prioritized those and are looking initially with those areas that are within a certain radius of a school. Children are our most valuable asset and vulnerable asset. So we're trying to make sure that they have sidewalks, suitable sidewalks for them to get to and from school and keep them out of the street.
Yeah, I know one of the sidewalk gaps that's been filled recently was down by Broadway and South Street and in the Chicago Street area. And that's been very helpful, I think, for pedestrians as well.
Okay, good, good. I'm glad to hear that. There's been a lot of thought into where we're placing sidewalks. In a lot of places, we're putting a 5-foot sidewalk instead of a 4-foot sidewalk. We're trying to place the sidewalks away from the curb line, so there's a grass strip or a kind of a safety barrier that not only delineates the edge of the street, but just gives more cushion between the pedestrians and the cars on the street.
Yeah.
And then we're also looking at our 10-foot trail network, and hopefully in the next year or two, we're going to have some really good improvements to that network.
Yeah, I think one of the major improvements that's going to happen fairly soon is on Magnolia, where on the south side of the street there'll be a 10-foot trail or sidewalk that goes from basically 9th Street all the way to Ohio.
That's correct. That's correct. We're hoping to get that let for construction this summer and hope to get it built, hopefully this summer while the schools in the area are out of business. We are improving the railroad crossings as part of that. We're having to extend the big concrete culvert that is just south of the mall so that there's room to put that 10-foot path offset from the street.
And also on 4th Street, I think you're going to be replacing some of the rail line that goes in the middle of the street.
Yeah, that is another one that we're working with the railroad, so the time frame is not real clear yet, but we're hoping to get it done this summer. That crossing that is in atrocious shape right now, the old timbers are rotted away, and a lot of the rail spikes stick up. We plan on upgrading that whole system right there.
Okay, that'll be nice and safe then for cars as well as pedestrians.
Right.
So the comprehensive safety action plan will be under development this spring. When is there a projected timeline as to when that might be done and ready for review?
I don't have a specific date, but yeah, we're hoping to get it done by April, May at the latest.
Okay.
So we're collecting public input, and even if the survey is closed, you can send me an email or give me a call to let me know what your concerns are after the survey is closed. We want to get as much public input into this. We've looked at our entire street network for the last 10 years and identified any place where we've had a fatality or a serious accident. There's not any one real bad area right. but we have had 11 fatalities over the last 10 years. So we take those very seriously, and we're going to try to reduce that to 0. That is our goal, not only to reduce fatalities, but to reduce injury accidents. So we're using all of that data to create a high injury network. Try to identify the locations where there have been the most accidents, the most conflicts, and the most injuries. And from that, we will use that to prioritize and develop projects for the future.
Okay. All right. Well, we're really looking forward to some of these improvements. I think especially people who maybe have to walk to work every day or have to take some other mode of transportation to get there. Obviously, safety is one of the highest priorities that the city has, and we're really looking forward to the projects that will come out of this. So.
Yep. No, we've been working. We're accepting input from the public, but we've been working with other transportation users, like OCCK here in town, the bus system, trying to make sure that we have sidewalks to their locations, and then also looking at the need for crosswalks that are close to those bus stops. So just it's an entire network of places that we're looking at, ways to make improvements that in the past it was we kind of relied on people's taking care of themselves or having common sense. The whole thing with Safe Streets for All is that, someone not being aware or being careless should not be a reason for them to get hurt or killed. So we are trying to go above and beyond what we have done in the past to protect those users that may need assistance. So.
Okay. Well, when you say comprehensive safety action plan, it's very comprehensive.
Yes, we're doing everything we can to look at our highest needs and develop projects where there will be a cost share, and the federal government will help us pay for those here in Salina.
Okay. All right. If you want to participate in the survey for the comprehensive safety action plan, just go to this website down here at the bottom of the screen. There's also a QR code that you can scan. We'll leave it up there for a little bit so that you can get your phone out, open your camera app, and scan that, and then take the survey. It shouldn't take very long, should it?
No, it takes 5 minutes. It's depending on how many written comments they make, but it's very intuitive. You can kind of read through it, identify which areas they feel unsafe or that we could make improvements on, and then there's space for additional recommendations from the public.
Okay, all right. So take that survey and look out for the draft of this comprehensive safety action plan later this year.
Yep, we will take it and present it probably at a study session to the city commission and the city manager's office, and then move forward with development of projects based on the network we identify. So.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to it. Jim, thanks so much for your time. We really appreciate it. And we will see you next time on At Your Service.
Thank you.